Welcome back, friends. It's time for part 2 of Garfield's Creed. I'm not going to bore you with a stupid intro, just let's get right into it. Garfield's Creed, Mandelbrot posted this. It's, from the other person whose name I forgot, which is a shame because they're awesome. Anyway, moving on. Here we go. Hey again, Moon. Hey. You know the drill. I don't need to make this intro that long. I feel the same way. Hopefully I'm not being redundant or annoying by submitting the second chapter instead of just assuming that part 2 will come naturally. No, you're totally fine. I'm 100% on board with this. Anyway, commence the Garf. Garfield's Creed, Part 2. The Kingless World as it was. It was a cloudy and sad day, with lots of thunder cracking and lightning strikes in the sky in America, for Garfield had heroically sacrificed himself to stop the bomb of evil assassin plot to destroy America. Obama, the president, had declared the day of Garfield's heroic sacrifice to be International Garfield Day, where the world would remember all the days where Garfield saved the day for America, and the world would eat lots of delicious, meaty, cheesy lasagna. I like this holiday. John Arbuckle was driving down the highway in his classic Lamborghini Jalpa? I think that's how you say that. I don't know anything about Lamborghini. Contemplating the storm of evil that was coming to threaten America in this very moment, as he remembered all the happy times with Garfield that he had while listening to classic 80s rock station. This is an inspirational, motivational montage song for John Arbuckle that we will play right before playing the inspirational message of inspirations from Garfield, said the DJ as the radio started to play the song No Easy Way Out from the all-time American classic directed by Garfield, Rambo Balboa. The Quest for Peace. I love it. Oh my gosh. Inspired by the song as he drove, John then listened to Garfield's voice coming from the radio, which emanated manly inspiration to people of world to continue fighting on in his absence against the evil assassins which threatened freedom and lasagna. Through the radio, Garfield raised the spirits of all's hearts. Garfield is right, said John Arbuckle with realizations. We cannot afford to be weaklings by being sad about Garfield's passing, or let the assassins take over America and the world without a fight. We must find the manliness in us all to rise up and fight against those who would take all the freedoms, lasagnas, and babes precious to us. I love this. John Arbuckle then took out his cell phone while driving to make call of importance to Obama the president, when suddenly he heard loud noise coming from behind. It was a vile group of America-hating assassins in Toyota cars, readying to make chase of John Arbuckle. I'm afraid we can't let you make that call, John Arbuckle, said the assassin. Cars, with warning. The car said it? You have no hope of defeating the Assassin Brotherhood because you are not man enough like Garfield, so pull over and surrender so you may be spared. Dream on, replied John Arbuckle with rejections. I am an American, and I do not negotiate with terrorists. That was written in all caps, so I had to kind of yell it. Then you will die with much pain like the rest of your filthy, freedom-loving country, said the assassin cars as machine guns popped out of their wheels and began to fire. But John Arbuckle used his super American driving skills to backflip his car through the air to dodge the bullets. With expert skills of precision, John Arbuckle landed his car wheels on the ground and was now behind the assassin cars, where he could unleash a trap of death. With button push, rapid-fire rocket launchers popped out of John's Lamborghini and blew up all the assassin cars. Take that, you filthy assassins, said John Arbuckle, with victory. Your cheap Toyotas are no match for homebred American driving. But then, John Arbuckle realized time to celebrate had not yet come, as giant assassin super bomber jet hover above him with bombs. John Arbuckle swerved his Lamborghini to avoid the bombs and reach super high speed and then hit ramp to launch him into the air. With punching of strength, John Arbuckle kicked out the window of his car. With badass rock music pounding the earwaves, John Arbuckle flew at the bomber with fists of vengeful fury. With technique taught to him by master teacher Garfield, John Arbuckle smashed a hole, as in an entire, through the bomber. As the bomber fell from the sky, collided with the Lamborghini, blowing up. John Arbuckle, in triumphant gesture, whipped out a pair of shades from his pocket as he parachuted down without looking at the explosion. "No!" screamed 1,000 assassin goons that were popping out of nowhere with machine guns. "We must stop John Arbuckle before he stops us from taking over America!" "Get ready to eat some lead," said John Arbuckle as he whipped out his revolvers for some free-fall turkey shooting. But before he could mow down all the assassins with his revolvers, a Black Hawk helicopter piloted by Odie came out of nowhere, and John Arbuckle used his parachuting skills to land in it, deftly slipping through the whirling blades. The gunner's side of the helicopter facing the assassins opened up to reel both John Arbuckle and Obama the President to the assassins, who futilely fired at the helicopter with their machine guns. "Obama, you're here! But I was never able to phone you before the assassins attacked me," said John Arbuckle, with surprises. I have to do an Obama impression. Hold on. "You need not ask for your help from Mutt Friend. Had the same idea. Picked me up from Washington, where I was leading army in defenses against the assassin invasion fleet."
Excuse me, I have to go and vomit.
That is a terrible Obama impression. I'm sorry. Said Obama the President with answering. "Wow, thanks, Odie," said John Arbuckle with salutations to the brave courage of Odie. "I'm only doing what Garfield would have wanted us to do," said Odie with humbleness. "Now, Mr. President, if you'll authorize the honors." "As President of the United States of America, I authorize you to know that, yes, we can kill them all, for America," said Obama the President with orders. He then grabbed the controls of minigun and began firing super deadly bullets at the evil assassins on the ground, while John Arbuckle picked off the remainder that Obama the President missed with his revolvers. Wait. Okay, no, I get it. Never mind.
I get it!
Sometime later, John Arbuckle and his friends returned to home of Garfield to make plans to recover stolen lasagna and babes that would allow them to save America from the assassins. One sentence. Impressive. "What'll we do? I've just received news that the assassin fleet has landed and is invading Washington, D.C. Well, I'm sorry, Washington City, D.C. Cool. Said Obama the President with worry. I love that he's Obama the President, just all one thing. "Quit being such a coward. Are you not a man?" said Odie with question of disdain as he used slap of sense on Obama the President. Again, Obama the President sounds like a Pokemon. What the fuck is his name? "You're right. I know that even in our darkest hour we can find hope to fight and win this war," said Obama the President with newfound battle spirit. "I have just the plan," said John Arbuckle with announcements. He took out big map of exposition and set it on coffee table, while expository music began to play in the background. "You see this in Antarctica? This is Garfield's Fortress of Lasagna." A new donation from Gantt Chart. I'd kill to see the live-action rendition of this, directed and starring Neil Breen. Good job, Menderbrot. Oh my god, Neil Breen. I love Neil Breen. You have no idea. "This is Garfield's Fortress of Lasagna. There Garfield has stored ultimate weapon of plot-resolving convenience in case we ever were faced with a fight where Garfield is not around to save us," said John Arbuckle with exposition. "I know just the way we can get there, by borrowing Garfield's flying submarine tank, but we are but 3, and without Garfield it would take at least 6 inferior men or less caliber than Garfield to man it without crashing." One sentence, said John Arbuckle with sudden realization that he did not know where to find more men, because he did not know a lot of people. "Do not worry," said new voice of inspiring hope. The 3 turned with surprising to see that it was George Washington, the first President of the United States of America, strolling into John Arbuckle's house. At his side were British men in blue coat and wooden mysterious hooded redskin men. Oh, Lord. Okay. "George Washington, it's an honor to meet you," said Obama the President with salute and bow of honor. Do not bow before me, for I am not a king, but merely a man who wishes to help the great people of America once more, as I myself is honored to see a man of humble stature stand as yourself in the former position of great honor, said George Washington, with camaraderie, as he and Obama the President did fist bump that boosted morale of people. Who are your friends, George Washington? Asked Odie, with questioning. This are Hatham Kenway and his... What? And his forest fruit bastard Connor, who did everything I took credit for in Revolution of America as seen in video game Assassinating Heroes Creed III. What did I just read? Said George Washington with fourth wall breaking. Once they were enemy, but now dire time have forced them to work together to protect America from evil assassins. I forgot to do his voice. I was so blown away by it. Is this from a game? Like, is this actually from... I never played the Assassin's Creed game. Please tell me I'm not fucking doing weird shit. But aren't you an assassin already? You should be on their side, questioned John Arbuckle with suspicions of great. Oh, he got kicked out because the other assassins thought he wasn't cool enough, said Hatham with assholish. But the only person that gets allowed to hurt my son's feelings is me, and I'll destroy the assassins for robbing me of my bullying exclusive rights. I don't know why he kind of sounded like Solid Snake there for a minute, but fuck it.
That's my dad. You're the best,
said Connor with wooden loving father-son moment. Why wooden? And I'm here to help as well. The assassins also kicked me out for the same reason, said Altair, the other good assassin, as he entered the room. Sorry I'm late. My plane encountered a bit of turbulence on the way here. Timely joke. It actually says that in brackets. Wow, Altair, that was the timely joke. Almost as good as one of Garfield's, said John Arbuckle, with complimenting, as he got the joke. I didn't fucking get it, so I guess that makes me an asshole. Thank you, but I will not believe until I hear that the cat has inspired my quest to fight for good. Say it to me in person, said Altair, with admiration of Garfield. I'm noting that we now have 7 men, said Obama the President, with curiosity. We only need 6. Why is there 1 extra? In case battle requires that one of us make a heroic self-sacrifice before we begin the expedition to Garfield's fortress of Lasagna in a moment, said George Washington with ominous foresight. At that moment, 1,000,000 assassins rushed into the house of John Arbuckle with intents of assassinating. Such as this, finished George Washington. And I'll be the one to make the sacrifice for the people of America, said Obama the President, with brave selflessness in his voice. No, Mr. President, your country needs you, said John Arbuckle, with concerned graveness. I have to give like a monologue now in my terrible Obama impression. I'm sorry, by the way. It's really bad. No, I am but a man. What the country needs now is the courage and indomitable nature of you, the people who make this great country what it is. It is because of the inherent heroism and goodwill of the American people that we have persisted through the Civil War, World Wars, and the Age of Terror. Now is the time for you people to unleash that heroism and goodwill once more, said Obama the President with encouragement as he placed his hand on the shoulder of John Arbuckle. I really wish I had like a picture of that exact moment. Now go and show these dastardly assassins what happens when they dare mess with America. I won't let you down. Good luck, Mr. President, said John Arbuckle, moved with tears at Obama the President's altruism. Don't worry, I was trained by Spider-Man and Conan the Barbarian. Neither is manly as powerful as your teacher Garfield, but I shall buy you time. Now go and save the day. Spider-Man and Conan, said Obama the President with parting words as he rushed at the assassin to begin epic kung fu battle. Because I know both of them know kung fu. Oh my god. I love this story. The 6 men, followers of the creed of Garfield, who would save America, ran to the garage of John Arbuckle's house, where John Arbuckle pressed secret button to reveal secret hangar, where Garfield kept his flying submarine tank. The Monday Smasher. It's the best name. Oh my god. Holy shit. Pumping gear-up music played as all six geared up for battle to come and prepared the Monday Smasher for launch. This, people, is Operation Final Wars. The battle for the fate of the world has begun, said John Arbuckle coolly for the trailer as he took command in Obama the President's stead. As Monday Smasher heated up, the gear-up music reached crescendo, and the Monday Smasher launched into sky, headed to Antarctica to retrieve the ultimate weapon of plot-resolving convenience. As he was absorbed in his epic kung fu battle against the assassins, Obama the President saw the Monday Smasher disappear into the sun-setting horizon. Tears of pride and the spirit of America flowed down his cheek as he did, all while reducing assassin bones to dust with his strength of presidential. Then the assassins swarmed over him, creating Dimeses battling continued. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but okay. Sometime later, when the Monday Smasher was nearing Antarctica, message popped up on John Arbuckle's communication screen. With disgust, John Arbuckle observed the evil, laughing face of the Grand Master Assassin of Evil who killed Garfield. "Ha ha ha ha," said the Grand Master with laughter. "You can never hope to best our mighty assassin air fleet. You'll never reach Garfield's fortress of lasagna in one piece, so why don't you just accept American manliness is dead, and the age of the assassin has begun?" "Do you think that the letter on my chest stands for France?" said John Arbuckle with patriotism as he ripped off his shirt to show mighty capital A tattooed on his chest above his six-pack of muscles. "You fool! Your tiny Monday Smasher holds no hope of defeating my fleet of millions. I am forever. I will never be defeated or die." "Ha ha ha ha! Your petty little wannabe man Garfield never realized that until it was too late." It's you, and it actually says just censored. "With my cat, you're going to die." We're going to have to put censor knuckles in there.
"Oh no,"
said John Arbuckle with rage of revengeance. Oh, rules of nature. "Give my regards to your little fleet of plastic birds." John Arbuckle then gave the Grandmaster on the communication screen the double bird with such powerful patriotism and faith in the creed of Garfield that it short-circuited the line on the other end. "They want war. We'll give them war," said John Arbuckle as he began blaring Dio at amplified volume of 11. John's got good taste. And piloted the ship into the oncoming assassin airship fleet at full speed. Following came long laser ship fight, but suddenly, blocking their path was giant intimidating boss fight force field generator ship that prevented them from landing at Garfield's fortress of lasagna. "Oh no," said Odie with concern as he fired ravioli torpedoes. I don't know what I thought it was going to be, but ravioli torpedoes at the assassin ships. "How will we disable the force field? Force field prevents us from hitting with our weapons." "There's only one way," said George Washington with realization. "The vile assassins may be able to block the mere physical weaponry, but those freedom-hating numbnuts will not be able to withstand the unleashed power of true American hero." "But, Commander, an attack of that manner will be absolute suicide," said Connor the assassin with much wooden concern. Why does he keep saying wooden? "Do not worry, my friend," said George Washington with farewell. "For as Garfield once said, a real man knows when he must sacrifice himself for others. It's time that I made the ultimate sacrifice for the people of America, just as Obama the President showed me back there." Then hype-building remix of Gear Up music began to play as George Washington prepared for suicide attack. With solemn majesty that only the great father who founding America can possess, he hopped onto Mattel hoverboard and ejected himself from the Monday session. Oh my god. This is amazing. With soundtrack filling up with heavy-hitting electric guitar riffs and synthesizer beats, George Washington sped towards the force field generator ship at full speed on his hoverboard, powered by sheer American heroism, reflecting laser beams with the force of his patriotism. He then sent message of disdain to the force field ship as he approached. You people came to this world expecting a world that would bow before you without a fight. But you assassins underestimate the glory of freedom and the high price that we are all willing to pay so that world may taste its glory. Now feel the wrath of a true American hero, said George Washington with epic unleashings of power as he morphed into giant flaming bald eagle with Gatling guns mounted on his wings. Okay. The soundtrack climaxed an epic metal orgasm as George Washington Eagle flew directly into force field generating ship, breaking past the field of force as it was nothing because the heroes will win. No! Screamed all the assassins as the force field generating ship as it exploded and caused shock of American macho patriotism that destroyed the entire assassin airship fleet. Oh shit, said John Arbuckle with oh shitting. I fucking love this guy. There's too much manliness in the air for us to handle, for only Garfield can absorb this much macho power at once. The remaining 5 heroes ejected from the Monday Smasher with lightning-quick speed before it crashed and landed in Antarctic snow. Oh, the fortress of Lasagna is so far away. We'll never reach it in time to save America from the assassins, said John Arbuckle with defeating despair as he slumped down into the snow. Already 2 of us are dead, and America is being invaded as we speak. But then, with motivational music began to play, Connor stood up and began to make a wooden inspirational speech. Do not worry, John Arbuckle. For Garfield once made me this speech to inspire people with, if people ever needed inspiring. I once made a promise to protect our people. I thought that those I supported would do what was right. They did, I suppose, do what was right. What was right for them. Are we born to argue? To fight? So many voices, each demanding something else. It's been hard at times, but never harder than today, to see all that we worked for, perverted, discarded, forgotten. The Grandmaster Assassin of Evil would say that I have described the whole of history. Is he smiling then, hoping that we might speak the words he longs to hear, to validate him and surrender to his evil, to say that all along he were right? We will not. Even now, faced as we are with the overwhelming odds of despair stacked against, I refuse because I believe we can still save the day. We may not all see this journey to the end, but we will not stop. Compromise. That is what everyone has insisted upon, and so Garfield taught it to me. But differently than most, I think. Garfield showed me that it will take time. The road is long ahead, and shrouded in darkness. It is a road that will not always take us where we wish to go, and I doubt I will live to see its end, but I will travel it nonetheless. For at our side walks hope. In the face of all that insists, we turn back, we carry on. This is our compromise. That is the true meaning of the Creed of Garfield. Well, you guys heard him. Inspired, John Arbuckle regained his strength of spirited fighting, and they began walking, seen with large sweeping landscape widescreen shots to the Fortress of Lasagna. I like that this is being described as if it's a movie. But when they reached the entrance of the Fortress of Lasagna, they heard laughter of evil. As evil... what? As evil woman in hat pop out with hundreds of assassins. Ha ha ha, said the evil woman assassin. You have walked right into a trap. You will never get into the fortress and loot it of its delicious man-powering lasagna. Man-powering lasagna. I love it. You're wrong, for it is you that is trapped with us, said Odie with defiance. Odie, John Arbuckle, Hatham Kenway, Connor, and Altier all take out their weapons in preparation for epic fight scene to be shown in trailer. But then, Aveline What? Aveline? Who's Aveline? Ripped off her shirt. Feel the wrath of my honkers. Oh my god! She fired paralyzing beams of wicked horniness from her tatas at them. What the fuck? No! No, this evil sexy is too much for us to resist, cried 4 of them as they were caught in the overwhelming beams of arousal. John Arbuckle, with nerves of determined steel, fought his way through the pain with great power of determination that only a student of Garfield could possess. Oh god, this is getting like weirdly racist now. I'm trying to clean this up as best I can. How can he be not falling to my milkshake? Said Evelyn with shocking horror. I am not reading this racist part though. I'm leaving that out. You bitch! Garfield taught me that love and life only worthy of what? Only worthy of love is freedom! That was not even like a real sentence, but go for it, I guess. Said John Arbuckle with finishing maneuver as he pulled out katana and leapt Aveline, slicing her in 2 vertically, and then swiftly defeating 10 assassins that tried to swarm him with swift samurai maneuvers.
Thank you, John Arbuckle. Now it's time to kick some ass,
said Odie as he focused his sniper rifle and began picking off assassins from afar as John Arbuckle continued to cut up assassins with Arbuckle ancestral katana. Oh yes, my favorite Japanese clan, the Arbuckles. Hatham reduced assassins to shreds with his picket fencing, what? And Connor decapitated assassins with his tomahawk of liberty. Cool.
We're clearly outnumbered. We must retreat to safety. Retreat!
Screamed the assassin commander. On my earth, under my watch, there is nowhere for evil to retreat to, said a familiar manly voice as Hans Zimmer soundtrack started to play. Great Caesar's ghost! He's alive! Said John Arbuckle with joys of surprised tears. Everyone watched in awe as a giant tidal wave formed up, and coming out of the tidal wave was Garfield, riding on a trained pod of laser-firing orcas that fired lasers as they completed arc from one side of ocean to the next. They reached the zenith of their arc. Garfield leapt off and began to fire his Desert Eagles at the assassins. He then landed and pounded fist into ground, sending off shockwaves of energy that reduced hundreds of assassins to nothing but dust. How do you vile enemies of America like your fist? Asked Garfield as he finished off the remaining assassins with just his fist of lasagna-fueled manliness.
Garfield, how did you survive being blown out of orbit with the Grandmaster Assassin of Evil Superbomb from the first chapter?
Yeah, from the first chapter. Asked Odie with questioning as he gave another macho buddy high five to Garfield. It is simple. I used the gravitational boost of my manly kicking to send the super bomb into the sun, said Garfield with astrophysical science explanation.
But how did you return to Earth, Garfield?
Violated every single known law of physics and caused great destruction porn for the trailer before re-entering the atmosphere, serving on the corpse of Lucrezia Borgia to greatly bombastic music. Oh my god. In the process, I rewrote Rulebook of Physics and won Academy Awards in processing, but without the need to needlessly scream at camera for an hour and a half, said Garfield, with answering. Wow, sounds like you had a lot of fun, Garfield, said John Arbuckle, impressed. Thank you, John Arbuckle, but I am afraid we have little time left for joking, said Garfield, with great seriousness, as he opened the door to the fortress of Lasagna. You know what must be done, but I shall travel ahead, back to America. I actually don't know everybody's voice. I'm just going to say, good luck, Garfield. It's 5 of them saying at the same time, but, like, I don't think they all have voices, and I don't want to do the layer thing again, so fuck it. It's all surviving heroes who inspired people of Earth to rise up and fight in Garfield's absence. But now, it was time for the king to make his entrance once more. The final battle for Lasagna and freedom had finally begun. To be continued. Oh my god. Again, like I say with all of these, they would get these would be like awful if it wasn't for the fact that it's weirdly about Garfield. It's like, this is the stuff of just like overly dramatic, angry fan fiction that like edgy fucking weirdos write, but somehow you stick Garfield in it and it just gets really fucking funny. So yeah, that's part 2, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. And I will see you in the next one. Make sure you do the YouTube thing, like, comment, subscribe, all that good crap. You know, YouTube doesn't like it when you do that with smaller channels. So do it anyway, out of spite. Fuck them, right? Anyway, I have a Ko-Fi and a merch store if you actually really want to do some good support for this channel. Mainly because, you know, it's awesome. You should check those out. Every weekend there are live streams, and on Monday we record these, which I'm doing right now, you know, in front of all these people who are here. You can come check that out. And if you'd like to send in your own story, r/Moonhorse stories, you can send it there. That's my subreddit, and I will definitely check it out. So, thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed this. I love you all so very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, everybody.